Leadership is not a power that you misuse on people that you are serving. Leadership is a service to God and humanity. Because being a good leader shows that you are a good Muslim. Being a good leader shows you are a good Muslim. Don't just look at how leadership or leaders are now. And if we are talking about leadership, it's not just political leadership. We do have political leadership, which now in our country is something billah. But leadership, we also have self-leadership. Self-leadership is training yourself, having a goal to achieve, going through your steps and your achievement. You must have a goal. Why are we gathering here? Why do we find ourselves in a school? Why are we learning? Why did our parents force us to be in school, learn, and know about things that are happening? Because they have a goal. You have a goal to achieve. That is self-leadership. It's not just to train yourself in other things that are not even good enough in you. Look at how our leaders are. I have to point back to political leadership because things that are happening are very, very bad to experience. Such leadership is not what Islam told us, is not what the Prophet shows us. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam has been a good example. He has been a good leader to his servants, to his people, even the non-Muslims. Being a leader is not just part of some certain people, some certain group, and give them a favor, but you are a leader to all. كلكم راع وكلكم مسؤول عن رعية. This hadith, it was recorded by Abdullah ibn Umar, may Allah be pleased with them. كلكم راع وكلكم مسؤول عن رعية. That all of you, not only me, not only the president, not only the principal, not you are all leaders. كلكم راع, you are all leaders. You are all shepherds. Allow me to use this word because that's the direct meaning. You might understand. كلكم راع, you are all leaders. And وكلكم مسؤول عن رعيته. And definitely they will ask you about your leadership. Don't tell me you are just a kid. No, you are still a leader. Don't tell me you are just a school teacher. Yes, you are still a leader. Don't tell me you are just a mother. The leadership belongs with you, my humble mothers. All the leadership belongs to you. You are the person that gives birth to Mr. President. Or do you have any male child that gives birth to someone? You train a child since he is in your tummy. Before even coming out to the world, you train him, you breastfeed him, and make him be a good leader. The leadership belongs to the female. The mothers are the real leaders. I will celebrate the mothers being the leaders because they train and give birth and train and retrain and lead. That's our mothers. They are leaders. Why? Because they have husbands. She has husband responsibilities. A teacher is a leader. Why? Because the children are his fellow people that he is going to lead. You cannot escape leadership by any means. You cannot escape leadership by any means. Because كلكم راع وكلكم مسؤول عن رعيته. You are just a kid, no, you have younger ones, you have brothers, you have sisters. You are their leader. And a leader lead with a good example. Just look at our prophet. Let me give you a short story on one of our Khalifa, Amirul Mu'mineen, a leader that served with good example, a leader that we inspire, a leader that lead with Islamic teachings, a leader that lead with the leadership of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Just look at the leadership of Sayyidina Umar, the leader. He is a leader that we all admire. But let me bet you that if Umar ibn al-Khattab, Allah will decide to send him back to Nigeria, I don't think things will be better. Because we do not have self-leadership. We deserve to lead ourselves. We deserve to change ourselves to gain good leadership. Why do we just keep accusing the leaders, the political leaders? They are not doing right, yes? What about you? Are you leading yourself? Are you being humble? Look, leadership begins with you. It starts right in yourself. If you are not good, then Allah will send down people that are not good to you. They will lead you right how you lead yourself. We have to be good and lead ourselves astray, not being bad to ourselves and asking Allah to bring down leaders that are good. No. Back to my story of Sayyidina Umar, but I think my brothers and sisters are not ready to listen to this story because they are already giving themselves stories. I can listen to them mumbling, saying some words which I cannot understand. If you are ready, let me hear you saying Allahu Akbar. Let me hear you saying Allahu Akbar. Sayyidina Umar was a Khalifa who served with good example. He do not sleep at night. Rather, he walked around his people to see what they are going through. One day while he is walking in the street, he heard a sound or a conversation between a mother and her daughter. What are they saying? The mother was advising the little daughter to add some water into the milk they are selling. He had this conversation himself. Then, what concerned him with this conversation? Because he is a leader. They are selling that milk to his people. So he had the conversation. He don't want to interrupt, but that is his affairs. He is a leader. Because you know, if you are leading, not only the people, not only human beings, but the trees, the sheep, the cows, they will ask you about how do you treat them. So hearing that, Umar ibn al-Khattab alayhi salam asked the mother, why will you add water into the milk? That is called al-ghish. Why are you doing that to my people? And hearing that, he poured the milk so that they won't sell that milk, that diluted milk, to any of his followers. Just look. Don't just look at what happened, but look how he lived. He cannot even sleep except seeing how his people are sleeping. There is a time he had a woman saying, this our leader, I don't know what he's doing, look at us suffering. Why is she saying that? Because she's poor, she don't have even what to eat. And Umar met her. He doesn't tell her, I am the president, I am the Khalifa. He met her and said, "Why are you saying this? I thought Umar was doing well." She said, "No, we do not have things to eat. We have nothing left in our house. I have children crying in my house." And Umar had that shivering, crying. A president crying just because a lady was complaining because she do not have what to eat. He cried loud and rushed back to Baitul Mal. That's the safe house where they keep treasures. He went back there and bring out some food and rushed back to her. He did not just give her those food, but he stand there and cook that food and feed her. And later on he told her, "I am Umar, and forgive me," because she's living outside the territory. So look at how leadership is. Just look at your sweet mother, how she treats you, how she leads you. And there is this verse also, تبارك الذي بيده الملك وهو على كل شيء قدير. This verse talks about leadership. And my respected brothers and sisters, as I told you earlier, leadership begins with you. That's self-leadership. You have to lead yourself. Because children are leaders of today. They are the leaders. They are leading the future. It's not because how our country is moving. The leadership is now for the old parents that have working. They do not give space for the younger ones to lead. So the children are the leaders of today and tomorrow. So you have to lead yourself to be a leader, because in the near future you will have children, you will have husband. So you have to lead with example. That leadership begins now by leading yourself. In leadership in Islam is not just about power, as I said earlier. It's about humbleness, sympathy, empathy, mercy. Look at Allah. Just beside the verse of Quran, anyone. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Look at how Allah is merciful. Look at the mercy that Allah gives to us. He created the world and made us be look at how we live. Can't you see how merciful Allah is? Malik Yawmiddin, that's why Allah will ask in the day of judgment, Liman al-Mulk. You are all leaders and He will all ask you, who have sovereignty today? Who will tell me I am the leader? Who is coming with convoys and tell me he is the leader? Who will come with securities telling me I am the leader? That day you will come right how your mother gave birth to you, to tell you that you are nothing and you will be nothing. And we are nothing without Allah's help and mercy. Allah shows us how leadership is by His leadership. He is the great King of all, Malik Yawmiddin, the King of the Day of Judgment, the King of all, the leader, Ilahi Nas, the Lord of mankind, all mankind, not only you and me, also the trees, the bird, seas, and all. So leadership is a topic that I cannot speak on it, but I have leaders that can do well in that. But I would like you to go with this, that leadership begins with you, and you have to lead yourself to be a great leader in the near future. Wassalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.